G'day viewers, welcome to the end of another week.
How you going, viewers? G'day, it's Adrian. I'm here too with him. He's angry. It's true.
Another weekend edition TFU. AIDSy was less than 100% even on AIDSy terms on Friday.
Yeah, I chucked a seizure on the train. It was freaking hilarious. A whole bunch of footy fans wanted to call an ambulance and said, no, I'm not going to rehab.
Yeah, if footy fans think you're fucked up,
yeah, something's
shit's
wrong.
going on. People often say, how's AIDSy doing? And I went, do you mean on AIDSy scale or on other human scale? On other human scale, he's dead and has been dead for 10 years.
For quite some time.
Yeah,
for quite some time.
AIDSy scale, you've been doing okay. Friday was not a brilliant day.
No, it wasn't top star. What I like to say is they say, how are you, AIDSy? And I say, for a given value of all right, very good.
Yeah, and today, better on the AIDSy scale.
Absolutely.
And look, a side benefit of delaying the TFU for a couple of days, we got to look at the New South Wales election result. Happened last night, Australian time. It's Sunday, Australian time now. And the Conservative coalition returned to power, about a 9% swing against them.
Which is hefty, but not killing for them.
In real terms, for the government in that state, it's a comfortable win.
Yeah.
They're all good.
They did a good job, good campaign, and their leader is very, very, very popular.
Yeah, and then you get an interesting contrast between a leader who's liked, articulate, and doesn't scare the fuck out of people. You put him next to Tony Abbott, hated, incoherent, says scary shit all the time.
All the time. Has a gang of people that help him say scary shit.
They're a fucking crew. And for them, federally, to go, yes, this is good. This shows that our policies are good. What? How does what happened in New South Wales show your policy? A 9% swing federally is half of these guys losing their job.
It's an annihilation.
Yeah.
It's an annihilation.
This is how close, although, on numbers of seats, they look like they're comfortable. In terms of a focused swing, if you targeted a couple of seats, less than a 2% swing in vote would be required to kick them out. 9% will fucking annihilate them.
Bloodbath.
So it's like when they lost in Victoria and lost in Queensland, and that was state. That doesn't count federally. That was state.
That's nothing. Even though it was a bit like front row seats to an abortion, it was shocking.
Yep. But suddenly they get a halfway decent result in New South Wales. That proves that we're awesome federally.
Oh, yay! We're the guy, we're the man, we're the thing. And of course, the state and the federal governments are fighting about the state guy's going, who's really popular and just got his house back.
Yeah.
Basically going, hey, feds, can we have some health money that you took off us because you said you would? And the feds are going, oh, I can't remember that conversation.
Yeah, it's just...
okay. It's not okay.
It's not good. It's like the overwhelming majority of the voting public is not happy with the federal coalition. Neither are the state coalitions.
State coalitions are shitty. This last state campaign, they didn't have the Prime Minister speak. He wasn't allowed to speak.
He's poison.
You're so freaking toxic, we don't want to associate our win with your sludgy poo bum.
Yeah. And with Tone's biggest fuck up this week was probably...
Maybe.
Probably...
It's always a toss-up with our man.
Taking the federal jet to a birthday party for a major fundraiser for the Liberal Party.
The federal jet... RAAF-1 is an Air Force jet that costs $80,000 an hour to run. Yeah. They take the Prime Minister and the Cabinet overseas to important shit. It's well worth the money, but you're not supposed to do that to pop down to Melbourne for a birthday party.
And after getting sprung, he's gone, oh, no, there was business stuff too. Absolutely.
I did stuff. I had a bike and I was touching a woman on the poo-ah.
And to the best of my knowledge... hasn't actually identified any actual official government business. In fact, even the opposition leader, Shorten, was a little bit circumspect because he knows how much this stuff can come back and bite you. So he's not going to come straight out and go, sack Tony. He goes, Tone says there was official business. I'm sure he'll just open his diary. Show us.
Show us where the official business was.
Yeah.
Show us the TikTok. It'll be fine, Tones. Show us what you're doing, mate. Show us what you're doing, mate. Show us what you're doing, mate. You're always on camera, mate. You're always on camera, mate. Show us what you're doing. Show us what you're doing, Tones. And Tones is giving it a bit of...
This is what blows my mind about Abbott. He knows everyone is looking at him. He knows his job is on the line. He's a dead man walking. There's no way he leads the party to the next election unless Labor's birthday wish comes true.
And Christmas wish and Hanukkah.
No one wants Abbott leading the government to the next election more than the opposition does.
No, the opposition desperately needs this guy in place, because if that happens, there is no frickin' way known that the federal government will be returned. There is no way in a snowball's farty chance in hell that will happen.
Like, if Tony almost lost a vote against nobody, if Malcolm Turnbull actually stood up in the party room and said, I formally stand against this guy, he'd be in a second. Which, to me, is intriguing. Why hasn't he done it?
He'd have to fart blood on the party president and do a squirrely on the cabinet table for people to go, are you ready? Because we still want to back you.
Yeah. And there's one of two things. The most polite one is he doesn't want to be seen as destructive. Rather than him forcing Abbott out, he wants Abbott to choose to go out and be elevated. The second one is maybe he doesn't want to lose the next federal election.
Crazy.
Maybe he said, you broke it, it's yours.
Yeah, hand it back to me when you fixed it, dickhead.
Yeah. I'm starting to suspect that might be a big motivator for him. He doesn't actually want to lead the party to the next election because they're going to get creamed, and he doesn't want to lose an election.
Shit, he can wait 6 years. He's a patient guy. He's a rich guy. He can live on the interest. He's fine. These other guys are freaking out. Oh, I'm going to lose my Comcar and my ministry because I'm a dickhead.
Yeah. Mind you, a weird thing Turnbull did do this week. The government, with the full support of the opposition, introduced mandatory data retention laws, which are terrible, and we talked about them last week.
We did indeed.
Turnbull this week, because everyone's gone, one of the big concerns a lot of journalists have is the obvious way these laws could be used to prosecute the sources that reveal things to journalists. And that is one of the worst aspects of it. And Turnbull has just gone, well, I would expect journos to get around that. Just use a VPN, do offshore stuff. And you go. So you have actually got this government minister, this shit law that I introduced, here's the blatantly easy way to get around this shit law that should never... It's just like, why did you put the law in if it's trivially easy to get around it?
And basically this guy's saying, I didn't agree with this is bullshit from the start, and I was made to do it by some dickhead Rhodes Scholar, which you may or may not know, but if I was standing next to Tony Abbott, I could touch him with a short stick.
Yeah.
And basically I hate it, it's bullshit, no one likes it, but I'm not going to eat this shit sandwich because I'm going to pass it back to my mate Sloppy Joe and Tones, Two Tonks Tones, and he's basically just openly declared a fuck you to his boss in a federal sense, which, hilarious. And fucking thanks.
Yes.
Thanks, Turns.
Which is probably actually the third time he's done it in the last month.
Which is like, he just doesn't care. Fuck him. You know, it's like, you can scrap the smegma out, mate, because I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's really rude, but it's not the only one of the ministers that's starting to go a bit feral.
Foreign Affairs Minister Julie Bishop, who by all accounts is not to be messed with, her department has had $11 billion in funding cut from it by Joe Hockey.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Mate.
This week in Parliament, marking the passing of Malcolm Fraser, Hockey did this bizarre, stupid, glib thing about Malcolm Fraser invented the razor gangs, the people who cut funding. We love him for that. Isn't cutting funding from the disadvantaged fun? And this is the single biggest problem they have. Their budget, or attempt at a budget, that everyone knows is fucking over the most vulnerable. And this guy still celebrates, we're fucking over the most vulnerable.
Because they're little and they're squishy.
It's hilarious. And behind him, Captain Shit-Eating Grin Christopher Pines going, in that terrifying way he does. But tellingly, Julie Bishop, there's a series of photos, she's doing eye rolls, she's doing face palms, she's doing laser death stares at him. Like, for fuck's sake, you moron, stop saying this is a good thing to do. This is what's going to lose us the next election.
Stop talking. Joe, stop talking. Put a cigar in your bum and stop talking.
The camera angle in Parliament is always the same. She knows she's on camera when she does. She's hyper disciplined, this woman.
Yeah, yeah. She has a poker face that's better than anyone else. She will not betray any emotion. It's no wonder that she's in foreign affairs, because she can basically negotiate with anyone and not show anyone what she's thinking. She is completely disciplined about what she says. She never puts a foot wrong because she actually thinks about what she says. She never bloody tweets anything out of order because she thinks about it twice before she tweets. She's amazingly disciplined. Amazingly disciplined. She's also situationally aware. She knows where the cameras are because she's a woman in Parliament. She has to dress for it every day. You know, not one of the bloody double standards that will not go away. She's basically got to present herself exactly right every day. She knows that she's been looked at, talked about, and analysed, and this stuff comes out.
So when she does the eye roll and the face palm and the death stare, she knows that people are seeing that. She is delivering a non-verbal fuck you in the most graphic way. In political terms, she stood up and said, fuck you, you ignorant fucking weasel piece of shit. It's
exactly
brutal.
what's going on. It's brutal. And she's ready to throw Sloppy Joe under the back wheels of the bus. She also has a big problem with the Chief of Staff of the Prime Minister. They would like, and it would be cool because it would be like some kind of Xena fucking experience in a Thunderdome. If you could get them in a like
a death match.
In a death match, you get like a net and a couple of spears and a few lions and watch these women kill each other. Would be TV. That would be TV.
You know, it'd be much more entertaining than most of what's on TV.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
Bishop versus Credlin.
It is kind of fun to see the Federal Coalition tearing themselves apart like this. I want to round out this week. This is our world. This is the reality of being in Australia with these clowns running the country. To the point where Abbott was asked point blank in a radio interview, why do you keep saying such stupid things? John Fain on ABC Radio said, Tones, you're a Rhodes Scholar. Why do you keep saying stupid things? And Tones is going, heat of the moment. No, dude, that doesn't count. You know everyone's watching you. You know what weight everything you say has. And you don't say mildly odd things. You don't have the occasional gaffe. You say and do stupid, self-destructive things all the time. What the fuck is going on? And ladies and gentlemen, that is Australia.